Hey John, can I be in your group? Do.
Well, you're gonna have to audition, aren't you? You know. Can you play 20 Flight Rock on the guitar?
I think so, yeah. Do.
I'll let you know. Okay, who's next?
Yes, like, you know, so, yeah.
Mick, there's something for you here.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
I just think if we can do Bebop-a-Lula, you know, at the proper pace, you know, I just think we're doing it too fast, you know. Come in. Oh, hello, you must be Brian Epstein.
Yes, and you must be Paul.
I'm John.
Erection. I mean correction. John, please accept my apologies.
So what do you think of our music then, Mr. Epstein?
Well, I really like your meat. I mean beat. It's wonderful, yes.
Have you seen any of the other bands?
No, I'm not really interested in any of the other bands. I think they make too much of a packet. I mean racket, if you see what I mean. Yes. Do you play any other places, or is this basically it?
No, we play theatres sometimes too.
Oh, you mean balls? I mean events.
So are you going to stay for the second set or what?
Yes, I will. Don't worry, I won't bulge. I mean, I won't budge. I won't move. No.
So what time did you get here then?
I'm not too sure. Is there a clock in here anywhere? Can I get you a drink at all, John?
Yeah, okay, I'll have a Coke with a whiskey.
Okay, so that's a Coca-Cola and crotch. I mean, scotch. I do apologise. I'll be back in a tick.
Hey man, I don't feel well.
Look at the state here, Bob, you know.
I feel sick.
You've got a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp.
Oh man.
Bob, will you get your head back in? You'll have people thinking it's a cattle truck. Hey, I was brought up around here.
Man, so was I.
All right, when?
Just now. Hey ho ho! Hey hey hey! Hey ho ho! Hey hey! Hey man, what's that over there?
What? Oh, that's the London Eye.
Man, it's a good job it's not in Japan. Hey ho ho ho! Do you believe in life after death, John?
I do. I support Everton.
So what would you do if there was a nuclear war? Ho ho ho!
I'd stand next to Elvis Presley. He hasn't had a hit for years.
Hey ho ho! Hey hey hey! See, I've got a dog. Every time the doorbell goes, he goes and sits in the corner of the room and puts his head between his knees.
That's because he's a boxer.
You're blowing in the wind, ho, like a rolling stone. Hey, you know those things that shine bright in the middle of the road? What they called?
Oh, they're called cat's eyes.
So who invented them?
It was a guy called Percy Shaw. Apparently he was driving home one night and he seen a cat's eyes, you know, reflected. So he invented them, you know.
Man, it's a good job the cat wasn't walking the other way, or he'd have invented the pencil sharpener. Whoa, hey, whoa! Everybody, ooh. Hey, so what drives you, John?
Usually me chauffeur.
So John Lennon, are you sorry for what you said about the guy who's sitting next to you there, Jesus Christ?
Well, originally, I was just, pointing out that fact in reference to England, that we meant more to kids than him, I wasn't putting him down, or anything, I just, said what I said as a fact. That is true, especially more for England than here. I wasn't saying, we were better or greater or comparing us with him as a thing, or whatever it is, I just said what I said, It was wrong, it was taken wrong, yeah. And now it's all this,
And Jesus Christ, how do you feel about what Mr. Lennon has said about you?
More popular than me, my ass. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. No, to be honest with you, it's the type of comments I'd expect from Mr. Lennon. Do you know what I mean? What was it he said not so long ago, before the Queen of bloody England? The people in the cheap seats, clap your hands, and the rest of you, if you'll rattle your bloody jewellery. Bloody hell, lad. Behave yourself, will you? Soft ass. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Come on then, soft lad. If you fancy your bloody chances, I'll put your bloody lights out. Bigger than me, my ass. Come on, son, put a bloody up. Put 'em up. I'll bloody kill you. I'll put your bloody lights out. Come on, son. Come on. Bigger than me, my bloody ass. Come on. Come on.
Sit down. Sit down. Come on. Bring it up here. Sit down.
Yeah,
And the bloody thing is, you can try and talk across me all you bloody want, but I've been asked a bloody question, and I'm gonna bloody answer it, lad. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Come on, son, come on, bigger than me, my bloody ass. Come on, come on, come on, bloody hell, bloody hell.
Bring it up. Come on, bring it up here.
So you totally disagree with what Mr. Lennon has had to say?
Oh, bloody, you see, this is what makes me bloody laugh about these bloody pop stars. They sell a few bloody records, right? They sell out a few bloody stadiums, and suddenly they think they're me dad. You know what I mean? Bloody stupid lad. Talk to the bloody hand, Lennon. Bloody hell.
Mr. Lennon is a poet, as well as a musician. His recent book, A Spaniard in the Works, sold over 1 million copies.
Ah, big bloody deal. How many copies of my book do you think I've bloody sold?
I'm not too sure. Is it zillions?
Exactly. Case bloody closed as far as I'm concerned. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get off to farm foods. I've got better things to do with my bloody time. Bloody
Yeah, Okay, so it was the 9th of November 1966, and I'd found myself at a loose end. The Beatles had stopped touring. I'd just finished my first film, which I was collecting from the chemist on Monday, just a little in-joke. And I was just sitting around, twiddling me thumbs, when I think it was Derek Taylor who said,
"John, if you're so bored, why don't you go down to the Indica Gallery? There's an exhibition there being held by a young Japanese avant-garde artist called Yoko, or nearest offer. Who's pinched my cigarette?"
"It's Yoko Ono, and yeah, I think I will." And so 2 hours later, I found myself at the Indica Gallery, standing next to a ladder. And as I looked up, I could see there was something on the ceiling, a card with something written on it. So I decided to go and take a look. And there it was, clear as day. Should have gone to Specsavers. It was then that I seen a vision that would completely change my life, with a sound that can only be described as a cross between a screeching tyre and a can opener.
I had met my soulmate.
She was me in drag.
Then I asked John for an imaginary 5 shillings so he could hammer an imaginary nail into an imaginary piece of wood. His response astounded me.
Well, why would I give you an imaginary 5 shillings for an imaginary nail when I can get a bag of imaginary nails for under an imaginary £1 from the imaginary 99p shop? Then she gave me a card which just had one word on it, and that word was commission.
Yes, commission. 6 years I've waited, Lennon. 6 years for that commission.
Oh, look, if you're not going to take these sketches seriously, I'm out of here, you know.
Just don't you dare walk away.
The rice has caught the pan as well. Oh, I've had enough. Taxi! Taxi! Taxi!
Don't you dare! Don't you! Can I get these eyebrows off now? They're playing havoc with me X-Men. I want my commission! I want my commission!
Oh, here he comes. Round of applause for Al Capp. Come on, let's hear it, folks. Come on. Round of applause, Al Capp. Okay. Have you got a stone in your shoe?
It's far worse than that, believe me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a war injury?
No, dog shit. 20 yards down the road. Say, have you got anywhere? Have you got 3 chairs? One for myself, one for my secretary, and one for my agent. Have you 3 chairs?
Yeah, no problem. 3 cheers for Al Capp. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
That's fine, okay, that's fine. No, that's okay. It looks like I'm gonna have to sit down on the end of the bed. I don't particularly want to. I don't want to catch anything unpleasant, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, nice to be here. Now, Mr. Lennon, the thing is, I take it this is your wife, Coco.
It's Yoko.
Well, whatever, you know, she is your wife.
She's me wife, yeah.
Of course she's your wife. Of course she is. There's no way you would live in sin with something that looks like that. That's for sure. Now, you're staying in bed for peace. Is that right?
That's correct, you know. Stay in bed for peace and grow your hair for peace, you know.
Well, you know, I can see why you're growing your hair for peace, you know. I mean, obviously, the longer it is, the less chance you've got of listening to her prattle on, you know. You see, I'm finding it hard to, I'm finding it hard to,
You're finding it hard to talk?
Very good, very good. How many is that now? Huh?
I think it's 3 all, isn't it?
I'd just like to quote you a line from your song, The Ballad of John and Poco.
It's Yoko.
Whatever. But before I do that, I'd like to discuss the album you just released, 2 Virgins. I've got to be honest, it's quite disgusting. No, I I don't know what it is that you've got between your legs there, Mr. Lennon, but if it's a hedgehog, it's got one hell of a nose. I don't know. And as for Rocco...
It's Yoko.
Oh, whatever, you know. I mean, if she had a pair of black gloves on and a pair of black shoes, she could go to a fancy dress party as the five of spades. I mean, you know, I can't believe this picture. I mean, you know, you've got everything hanging there, you know, and was it cold that day?
Get out, please.
Now, Derek, it's okay. There's no need for unpleasantness. Just leave him, Derek, okay?
Please, forgive me.
Oh, Derek, it's not for me to forgive you. I'll leave that to your psychiatrist.
And if you're ever in the neighborhood again, Cap, don't forget to hobble past, okay? Yap, yap.
Did you say jap, jap?
No, yap, yap. You've got a lucky face.
Shame I can't say the same thing about your wife.
Hey, Cap, have you ever thought about being a car park attendant? Okay, alright. Okay, he's gone. Okay. Round of applause for Cap. Okay, alright, Yoko. Okay, alright. Okay, right, okay, alright, just settle down, calm it, you know? Okay, just a minute, just
can I
ease
ask you a
down.
question?
Okay, right.
Is this a bed-in for peace?
No, it's not, you know, we just thought we'd have an early night, didn't we, you know?
What are you doing in bed?
Well, we're having an early night because there was nothing on TV, right, you know, so we just thought we'd come up, but every time we do...
So what you're saying, John, is this is not a bed-in for peace?
No, it's an early night, you know, but every time we try and get our heads down, you guys appear, you know, and it's just not on, you know.
Hang on, John, it's gotta be something. It's gotta be something. Why are you in bed, John? Why are you and Yoko
Because there
in
was
bed?
nothing on the telly. Hell's Kitchen was on, Neighbours from Hell was on, and we were sick of it, you know. So we just decided to have an early night.
This is not for peace at all.
It's not for peace, it's what you call 11:30 at night, you know. We just wanted an early night, didn't we, Yoko?
Why are you in bed, John?
Look,
Why
I
are
just
you in
told
bed?
you why we're in bed, because we're tired, you know? That's the only reason. And if you don't go away, Yoko's gonna do something that will make those cameras break, you know? That's what she's gonna do. If you don't leave now, she'll do it. She'll do it. Oh, she'll do it, okay? Do it, Yoko. Do it, Yoko. Do it. Okay. Okay, don't let the door hit your arse on the way out. Okay, I'm just about to return me MBE to the Queen, so I'm just going to write her a letter, you know? Okay, Your Majesty, I'm returning my MBE as a protest against Britain's involvement in the Nigeria Biafra thing, against our support of America in Vietnam, and also against cold turkey slipping down the charts. With love, John Lennon. Okay, let's see what she says to that.
1969 has been a most wonderful year for the Windsor family, and in particular for our youngest daughter, Barbara, whose performance in Carry On Camping... Enter.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mummy. You've just received a letter. It looks to be quite important. I think it's from one of the Beatles.
Well, open it up, but be careful one doesn't rip one's head while one's doing it. Who's it from?
By George.
George. Is he the one who sings, "One's leaning on one's lamppost at the corner of one street"?
No, that's George Formby. No, this is the one who's always banging on about peace.
What, you mean fresh as the moment as the pod wind?
No, peace, not peas. Look, Mummy, he sent back his MBE.
What's his gripe?
Well, apparently he's against Britain's involvement in the Nigeria-Biafra thing.
Whatever.
He's against support of America in Vietnam.
Talk to the hand.
And he's also against the fact that nobody's interested in cold turkey.
Yes, well, I agree with him on that one. A lot of people are buying beef this year for Christmas.
No, Mummy, it's a song. Cold turkey has got me on the run.
Well, it's not as good as She Loves You, is it? I need to ring him up immediately to see what's going on.
Winston O'Boogie.
I'm sorry, one seems to have the wrong number.
No, wait, you've got the right person. Is that Madge?
Well, one has been called worse, yes. I've received your letter, and I have to say that one is most annoyed. Are you one of those?
No, I'm one of them.
Are you the one who sang yesterday?
No, I'm the one who's married to Yoko Ono.
Then you should have gone to Specsavers. Anyway, I'm sick and tired of your miserable Beatley excuses. MBE, do you get it? Goodbye.
Hey, just a minute, hang on, just hold on. Hello? Hello?
Charles, what else has he sent?
Well, he's also sent this photograph of himself with Yoko Ono. They've got no clothes on. Apparently it's the cover of their new album, Two Virgins.
Let one see. What's that between his legs?
I think it's a hedgehog.
Look at the size of its nose.
So how long have you been hanging round, you know?
Well, only for a week or so, you know, something like that, yes.
So where have you been sleeping?
Well, I've been sleeping on the grounds, under a tree, in a cardboard box. I think it was a box that they used to store Cheerios in, boxes of Cheerios. It was quite comfortable, you know.
So why are you here?
Well, I just feel that you've been writing songs about me for all of my life, really. You know, that's the way I feel, you know, and...
How can I be writing songs about you? That's just ridiculous, you know.
Well, for instance, when I was 6 years old, I had a girlfriend called June Wood. Yes, June Wood. And I spilt some yoghurt on her leg and then I licked it off. And then you wrote... so I licked her thigh, isn't it good, knowing June Wood? And it was too much of a coincidence, it really was.
No, that was So I Lit a Fire, isn't it good, Norwegian Wood? You know, how can it be about June Wood? You know, I don't even know who she is, you know?
And then, for instance, when I was also 6 years old, I used to always wear my sister's ballet dress, and then I used to give it her back and say I was sorry, and that was because you sang Try on Her to apologise to her, and that was another example, you see.
No, that was Pride Can Hurt You Too. Apologise to her. That was She Loves You. You're imagining things, you know.
Oh, come on, John, please.
Oh, this is crazy, you know.
Well, what about the time I couldn't reach my horse to feed him, and then you sang, Help Me Get My Feed Bag on the ground? I mean, again, another instance right there.
Oh, this is just madness.
Well, what about Lay Down on All Fours, Surrender to the Boy? I mean, come on.
No.
Lay down on all fours, surrender to the boy. I mean, come on, John. It's obvious it's about me, isn't it really? It is.
No, that was Lay Down All Thoughts, Surrender to the Void. You know, you're just getting confused, okay? You know, at best the songs are about me or Yoko, you know?
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Are you hungry?
Well, I had some sugar puffs this morning, but yes, I am a bit hungry. Yes.
Okay, well, let's get him something to eat. Come on. It's John and Yoko.
John and Yoko.
Okay, so here I am, right? It's 1976, okay? I'm in the Dakota. I've had a busy day, you know, and I'm just chilling, you know. I've been a house husband all day. It's been hard work when suddenly the phone rings. So I answer it. Hello?
Hi, John. It's Paul. Listen, I'm in New York, and, I've got a bit of free time. Be nice if I could pop up and see you, you know.
Okay, so I've got 3 choices, right? Number 1, I invite him in, you know, we sit down, you know, we have a cup of tea, and repeatedly mention the old days. Old days, old days, old days, old days. But the chances are, if I do that, he'll end up with a guitar, and I'll be listening to Yesterday for the billionth time, okay? Or number 2, I just get Yoko to answer him. Or number 3, I just tell him the truth. Okay, luckily for me, I chose the 3rd option, right? Okay, listen, I've had a very busy day, okay? It's not easy being a house husband, right? And number 2, it's not 1956 anymore, Paul. You can't just turn up, you know, and expect to have fun, okay? Yap, yap.
I'll get me coat.
Okay, so join me next time when I'll be telling George Harrison exactly how I feel about being left out of his I Me Mine book, okay? Yoko, I think the rice has caught the pan again, okay? Peace, right?
Hare Krishna.
Hi, George, it's John.
John.
Winston O' Boogie, Manhattan, New York, okay? Hail, hail, rock and roll.
Oh, Johnny, how are you?
Oh, I'm okay, you know. Just a quick word about I Me Mine, George, please.
Your Auntie Mimi.
No, I Me Mine. About I Me Mine.
You mean the song?
No, the book. You know full well what I'm talking about, George. Stop pissing around, you know.
Okay, somebody's got out the wrong side of the bed this morning, haven't they?
I mean, listen,
anyway, I'd be quite prepared for that eventuality.
George, please, you know, I mean, what's your excuse, you know?
For what?
For not including me in the book, you know, yap, you know.
I'm sorry if I said something amiss.
Just keep talking, George, okay?
Look, you won't interfere with the basic rugged concept of me personality, will you?
You know, and will you stop reciting lines from A Hard Day's Night, George, please, you know?
All right, you know. You're very clean, though, aren't you?
Look, I just can't believe, you know, I didn't get a mention, George. You know, you mentioned Paul, Ringo. Christ, I mean, you even mentioned your granddad, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, I've seen your granddad, you know, he lives in your house.
Oh, just forget it, George. Yoko was right about you, you know?
She's a drag, a well-known drag. We turn the sound down on her when she's on TV and say rude words. Hello? No, he's gone.